I spoke with the mayor about this. We talked at length, and we want to make a statement and send a message to people who want to protest. Certainly the New Orleans Police Department will always make sure we give you the space and the place to demonstrate and protest, as is your right. However, we will not allow anyone to commit crimes, to commit the act of vandalism. And so we want to send a strong, unified message to everyone that you can protest, and we will allow you to do that, but we will not tolerate anyone vandalizing anybody's property, however you may feel about it. We're not going to let you destroy public or private property. And we're going to make sure that, number one, we identify you, number one, we arrest you for it, hold you accountable, that justice will be served. We just will not tolerate it. This is not what protests and demonstrations are about. They're about you having a voice. It is not about committing criminal activity. So we want to be clear, and the mayor and I are clear about this. You will be identified, you will be arrested, we will allow for you to protest and demonstrate, but not to commit crimes on public or private property.
Given the widespread vandalism last night, at least circling down St. Charles Avenue, why wasn't anybody arrested, and why wasn't that rally stopped?
Well, first of all, it was an impromptu rally. And when we found out about it through social media, we began to divert and put resources on it. And when it started, within the next hour, we had some resources there. As you know, the crowds grew to over 400. And so we had a number of people there, but no comparison to the crowds. When those particular acts were committed, and don't forget, when they began to march, the span of the march was about 3 or 4 blocks long. And so while we did have both uniform and plainclothes officers working, there wasn't an opportunity for us to actually witness the actual person committed the acts. However, we have identified some video. We continue to look for more video, and we're working to identify the people who committed acts of vandalism at Lee Circle and at the other areas where there's private property. And when we find out who you are, certainly we're going to hold you accountable and prosecute you to the full extent of the law.
We're hearing there'll be more protests this evening. Do you plan to be out there and have more of a police presence?
We do. We've created staffing measures to accommodate that for tonight. And so we knew about that early enough tonight, unlike last night. And so we're staffing accordingly to make sure that we're able to handle it. And so we are going to have more of a police presence there in uniform, but there will be people out there who are police who you probably will not recognize. And we will take strong action when we see people attempting to commit vandalism or any other criminal acts out there, because that's not what protests, that's not what it's about. It's about you having a voice. It's not about you destroying somebody else's property. And the election had nothing to do with you vandalizing something. So let's just be clear. We're going to take a strong action against you when we catch you doing that.
With the anti-Trump people out there tonight, do you expect pro-Trump groups and do you expect pro-monument groups to be out there as well? And how does that, if in any way, change your structure with officers tonight?
Well, right now that's not known. What we can say is that we will prepare for whatever happens. And so we prepare for worst case scenarios. And so we are working with our leadership, with the rank and file who we're going to put out there to make sure that we are prepared for counter protesters in the event that we have that.